Hey, it's Abcro Kid here again with another Panasonic. This is another Performance Plus with their beltless drive. It's got the cord reel switch right there to shut off the motor. And you can see, maybe you can't because it's not focusing, but it's the Tri-Force one. So it has the dual fans, and I don't know, this Air Max boost intake they consider like a third stage, but I don't really, I mean, they even say it right there. It's above Tri-Force, it says 3-stage motor, which is kind of deceiving because as far as I'm concerned, 3 stages means 3 fans, but not according to Panasonic, obviously. Dirt sensor there. And again, I've cleaned everything out, including that filter. And you can see, like I did in my other video, I wedged something so the bag doesn't sit right on top of the intake, and it helps with the suction and airflow immensely. It's got all the tools. And these are the worst. What I did with mine is it's got that, well, I can't do this one-handed, but it has a, if anyone's familiar with these, it's got a narrow opening in there to accept the crevice tool to make your reach even longer. Well, the downside to that is it's incredibly loud. You've got this massive amount of air going through this little hole, and then this kind of amplifies that sound, and you lose a lot of airflow and suction by doing that little opening. So what I do is I take a Dremel and I hollow that whole area out, so it's one big opening now. And on some of my units, it actually, before I did the modification, it would cause the performance indicator on like a Sears unit to come on. So doing that really helps, and it makes it a lot less annoying to listen to. So there's your foot pedal. There's the model number. So that green foot pedal rewinds the cord. And then this right here attaches down here so you can use the hose and not have the unit tip over. It's got a nice grab handle right here, and there's a little clip, I don't know if you can see it, right here to hold the cord. And then they give you 2 more like afterthought clips. You got one here and then one up here. Now you can tell that this is the same handle used on other Panasonics that would have had a cord wrap and the hose. Well, I guess not all of them had the hose on the back side, but this is what would have been a cord hook to wind something. So yeah, overall it's a really good machine, and as you'll see in a few minutes, it's really quiet. I remember these got good reviews for carpeting, and it's funny, like having obviously had direct drives from Kenmore, this nozzle is a good inch, it's like an inch, or it's like, let's say this, I think this is like 13 inches and a Kenmore is like 14. And it's totally different on the bottom. It's got this little side piece right here which doesn't connect to anything over here, so it doesn't hook up to like a bearing. So when this ends, it just ends. So it's really, it eliminates like hair getting tangled against like a bearing on the end cap over here. It just kind of floats off, and it does a really good job keeping long hair out. And it doesn't seem to build up on the inside motor part there. Um, so you can see that, and of course, like all Kenmore versions, it would have a little brush here that's missing just on that side. The other side doesn't have a slot for one. Fixed wheels, unlike the height adjustment on a Kenmore. But this one really seems to grab the carpet better than a Kenmore, whether it's the more airflow, which they say it's twice the airflow of a single fan motor, so that could be it too, but I think it's the actual design of the base plate is a little bit more sealed up than a Kenmore one. I don't know. I've just found that to be the case. So, and I'm fortunate enough to have a new old stock brush roll, which I did install for a while, but then I'm like, you know what, why do that? I should wait until this one like shits the bed, and that way like I'm not putting any hours on the other one, which I hardly ever use this, so it probably never happened, but I don't know, that was just my thought process. So there's the model number again, and the little vac gauge right there. Maybe now you can see the label a little bit better. So, and then under here is a grab handle too, so if you don't want to use the back one, you got this front one, except, you know, it's kind of thin. It's as thin as the plastic, so it's not as comfortable on your hand as this thicker rear one is, but still, some people prefer it from the front and not the back, vice versa, whatever. So it gives you options. Yeah, the cord is I don't know, I think I read somewhere that's like 28 feet or 25 feet. I don't know. I mean, it's fairly decent. I mean, it's kind of like give and take, like a little bit longer and you have to wind it up, or a little bit shorter and you just press a button. So I think I'd rather press a button and have it wind in, but I don't know. And then some people leave the last amount up here so they don't have to bend down and grab the plug from way down there. I mean, heaven forbid you bend over and work your core a little bit, but you know, that's just, some people don't want to do extra work. So anyways, I'll shut up and get going here. So there it is, the Panasonic Performance Plus with beltless drive and cord reel. So yeah, I mean, as you can tell, it's a really pleasant sounding machine versus the single stage and my Kenmore direct drives that I have, which it makes sense because this was geared to a different clientele. They're spending a little bit more, so they should get a little bit more for their money, I guess. So let me know what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good one.